There we go. All right, Chippy12 here, and along with QUAD9s, and we're here to talk a little bit about conspiracy and CNN, the Cube News Network. And so, starting off, I think we have set aside a few cards from our polls so far. We've done a few drafts each. Well, you've done one. You did a 10-person draft.
Yeah, I only got to draft it once, but I got all the cards, so it was okay.
Yeah, that's same here. I did two 4-person drafts so far, but I bought the box, so I'm keeping them all. I'm actually planning to create a conspiracy cube at some point, but I think we'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
So if we want to start off by showing some of the notable polls that we got. You want to go first, or shall I?
You go ahead. I'm still trying to, like I did the video, now I'm trying to find what I did with him when I was done with him.
Well, let's see. I got in the first draft we pulled 3 mythics. One was a coercive portal, so not really much there. But we
it's a cool card. It's just not.
It's fun. We got a Phage, also, and Marchesa. So I ended up with both the Phage and the Marchesa in a deck.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of fun. Especially because giving all your creatures dethrone is never a bad thing in a draft.
Except for if you have Phage out and she dies and comes back, that's pretty bad for you.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's not the best combination. I try not to have them out at the same time.
Is that a May ability? You might want to check. That could be interesting. Like, ooh, good job, you died.
Yeah, exactly.
The dethrone seems really good.
I played it in both my drafts. Yeah, I had quite a few dethrone. I played the hexproof dethrone, the blue one, Marchesa's something or other, I think.
Yeah, Marchesa's emissary or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I put the Traveler's Cloak, I believe it, the one that gives Landwalk of any color.
Whisper,
and then
Silk Cloak or Traveler's Cloak? Not me. Not sure.
Traveler's Cloak, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it also, you draw a cantrip off of it, you draw a card. So then I had basically a guy that could get through anything, and then have hexproof, and it gets bigger basically every time it attacks. So they can't deal with it, they can't block it, and just keeps getting bigger. So I had, I think, 2 of those guys, and then 3 Traveler's Cloaks. I only ended up playing 2 of them. Mm-hmm. But basically just controlled the whole game with those. Whoever's in the lead, they're down a lot. And then I got a reflecting pool, which will be going in my cube.
Awesome.
I surprisingly don't have one. Or maybe I do, it's just the old art. I don't remember. Pulled a stifle.
Sweet.
It's fun. And 2 days ago we pulled a Dak Faden in our second draft. I did, actually. Pack one, pick one. It was in a booster pack with Dak on it, so I'm like, okay, hoping to get something good from Dak, and it was Dak, so never bad. And then
Can't argue with that.
We also opened a foil Muzio.
Oh, that's pretty. Probably want to hold on to that. I'm sure the EDH crowd will be.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
For that thing.
Not much for cube unless you're rather artifact based, but
well,
I love the art on it too.
Yeah. Now, like say if you're running, like if you ran Tolarian Academy and you had like signets and you just had like I said, like a really heavy artifact, but you'd have to really support it.
I think Roxboxen's cube is heavily artifact based.
He's got like the mirrors and everything, like the mana mirrors to help fix mana, which is pretty good if you're gonna go that route. So.
He was trying to do a pretty large theme with artifacts, I think, though. Running all the artifact lands and some other artifact-related things. So did you find the cards you were looking for?
I did. In addition to Dak Faden, we'll definitely try him out. Stifle, which I'd already pulled, is going in there. This is definitely going in. I had a route before, but it's going in just for the art. So we got the Hellish Norn. Those. The Council's Judgment, I really like it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You can get rid of True Name Nemesis, who was in my cube, so
Yeah.
thing. And then this, I didn't have a Pristine Angel, but I played with it enough on the Magic Online cube that I kind of like it, even though like you can't put anything on it because it just, as soon as it untaps, whatever you have on it falls off. But you know, anyway, still pretty good. You guess you can hit it with a pump spell. Misdirection. Like I said, I had one in my EDH deck, but I didn't have one to put in the cube, and it's okay. I like just having it for just the variants and just different stuff to try. Let me see. About the only black card I want to try Victimize. It's an uncommon, but it's just another graveyard. You know, just you got to sack one creature and you get back 2.
Yeah,
so,
that was awesome.
Seems
just in draft.
pretty good. Yeah. And then I'm gonna try out Virago because Flame Tongue Kavu and Manivore in my cube, and that just seems like fun. Hit you for 2, destroy the board. So, Dax Duplicate just wrecked me. I played in the Conspiracy Draft. I played Council Guardian or Guardian Council, and he was pro like blue or whatever. But this guy came in and became pro white. So my entire team on the board was white because all my green creatures had died. So he was just protection from my team. So and he had haste and dethrone, so it can be good. Now, as far as like constructs, I'm going to add Deal Broker. Just 'cause I think it's really cool. You know, in case you get that off-color bomb, you don't wind up using it. You might can swap it with somebody at the end of the that. And at worst, it's a 3-mana 2/3 looter. So
yeah,
I think that's good. I've got a Cogwork Librarian.
As well.
Yeah, you can go in any deck. Cogwork Librarian. I think it's just a lot of fun for the draft process.
I opened a foil one of those actually.
Oh, you stink. I've been trying to find them on eBay, and they're all like in Greece and Japan, and shipping's more than the cards worth. So
yeah.
And I also got a reflecting pool, which I needed, so that's good. And I don't know if you get one of these, but this is definitely going in. The Polyano of the High City. It's basically like a free tri-land that come into play tapped. You know, you're at least going to get probably 2 colors out of it, if not all 3. So. Yeah, definitely some good cube cards in that box.
It definitely depends on when you pull that card as well, because if your opponents don't know what colors you're drafting at, then they're just picking random colors, and they could be the ones that you're planning to go off of.
Yeah, for real. And it's funny because like sometimes they'll name like like the person that pulled it in my draft, the person next to them named a color that they were not in. It was like in pack 2. They're like, well, I'm drafting blue-red, so I'm going to name, I think they named black. So, because they weren't taking any black cards, they're like, you can take all the black cards you want, I don't need them. So, there's kind of a couple ways to approach it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd like to talk a little bit about Dak Faden here while we have him. Definitely, I think one of the best blue-red cards for cube anywhere. Do you agree on that?
I do. To be fair, there's not a ton of good blue-red cards. There's some okay ones.
That's the most lacking guild color, definitely.
I
mean,
yeah, probably it's probably one of the bottom 2 or 3.
I hear a lot of people also talking about adding in Dax Duplicate as well.
Yeah, that's why I was going to give it a try. Especially as far as creatures go, there's really no blue-red creatures that I can think of. I'm sure there is. Somebody will probably post it, but I can't think of one that just would be great. But yeah, I think for 3 mana, getting a draw and discard, draw 2, discard 2 seems pretty big, and late game.
Gain control target artifact and cube. I mean, what? Just steal a sword right away. Grab like Soul Ring, whatever you want.
Yeah. Like I think it's. If you get kind of a lot down on the board, you can always like mill your opponent out. Like if they're hellbent, it says mill 2 cards, +1 on the loyalty. So it's an alternate win condition, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now the ultimate, I don't know. I guess you would have to have certain kind of spells in your deck to take big advantage of that, because most spells that target something in my blue-red deck either they destroy it or they bounce it or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You could always fireball it for 0, I suppose.
That'd be fun.
Now, as far as the conspiracies themselves go, were you going to put any of those in your regular cube, or you're just going to save those for a conspiracy cube?
I've been thinking about that actually. I think I'd rather put them into a conspiracy cube. I've been considering running some of the constructs, like the deal broker. I think would be awesome.
Yeah.
Things like that. It seems like a lot of fun just to mess with the draft in that way, especially in cube. But I don't want to make it. It seems like it would totally change the feel of the whole draft. And I have seen conspiracies played to good effect. I think I saw online somewhere a guy had Muzio's preparations on Chandra's Phoenix, so it was, what is it, 3/3 haste flying for 3 when it comes in.
Yeah,
can come back.
Yeah,
and then I think he was running a mono red deck, and he also had, I think it's Brago's Favor that lets you
one less.
No, that's a different
Brago's
one.
Favor is the one less. I think also the name's one less. Yeah.
What's the one where you can pay for it with a color of any?
Oh, Unexpected Potential. It makes Tinnitus really fun.
So in a mono red deck, they were also playing the Consecrated Sphinx.
Okay.
So
that's gross.
Yeah,
that's gross.
And then there was one other thing they had a conspiracy with too that I can't remember.
WorldNet seems really good.
My brother played a WorldNet deck in our draft, and he won 2 out of 3 of the games.
What's the drawback? It says you have to play every card you draft.
Yeah, and actually that draft we had an additional booster from the Lore Seeker.
Yeah. But like say in Cube, I know I run a lot of non-basics. You do too. You know, I draft a ton of them anyway. I probably draft 8 or 9 lands through the course of the draft, just because, you know, you only get to play 23-ish cards, 24 cards of the spells. So you don't want 20 wasted picks in your sideboard when you can take a mana fixing. Now, of course, WorldNet is like infinite mana fixing, but still, if you're taking lands over cards that you wouldn't want to play, that just seems like a strategy. If you took a WorldNet early, anytime you saw a land when there wasn't an own-color card, or just a good card, you can just take it and count that towards your lands. So your deck was huge. You know, just so you keep your deck size down.
And just grab all the bombs you can, and whatever else you need, and then just play anything. Seems good.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what were your thoughts on you're going to run some of the conspiracies in your cube, sounds like, and constructs?
I'm definitely running the constructs. Like I said, the Cogwork Librarian, I really like the idea of, you know, taking it and, like, say, opening pack 2 and seeing both Upheaval and, you know, Thran Dynamo in there and be like, yep, those are both mine now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Or Balance and a Sword. You know, just anything, 2 cards you don't want to pass, and just take both of them. And Deal Broker, like we're talking about that one, at worst, it's a, we'll just say, 3 mana, 2/3 looter, colorless. So, and then you also might be able to hate draft something, but then get something out of it later. So, seems okay. Now, as far as actual conspiracies, I'll probably keep them on hand, and whoever's drafting with me, I'll kind of say, do y'all want to try these out? Do you not? You know, probably only run, like the ones that say all cards with this name that really benefit from having multiple ones. Probably wouldn't run those, but like say the Unexpected Potential, the is one where you can cast for any color mana, and then the one maybe like with the +1/+1 counter. I don't know. There's a couple of them I wouldn't mind running. The WorldNet. Then I think there's one that says your creatures or the creature with the chosen name can tap for any color mana.
Yeah.
You know, if you had like a defender, you can name that way.
Paradise, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wouldn't mind maybe trying a few out, but wouldn't want to just load them up.
Yeah. I think it'll definitely change the format if people decide to start adding conspiracies to their queue.
Yeah.
I might try it out at some point, but I'm not sure that I want to try and change it up. I'm still trying to balance out my cube and get all the cards I need. So,
of course, I was looking at some of the, you know, uncommons, and commons even. There's a few of those I wouldn't mind. If I had a color disparity. I'm not exactly like even across the board. I try and keep it within 2 or 3 between all the colors. But like what skeletal scrying, I don't have it. I think it's an uncommon opening for those. That's a card worth playing. It's from an old set. I forget which set it's from. But there's a lot of good, inexpensive cards that you can find in the conspiracy set to put in your cube.
Trying to remember what.
Oh, skeletal scrying.
Skeletals.
Oh, I got it straight. It's as an additional cost, you exile X cards from your graveyard, and you draw X cards and lose X life. It's black X. So it's just black card draw where you pay a little bit of life and you have to exile cards from the graveyard.
It's pretty sweet.
Probably like a 4-mana draw 3 for 3 life. Trying to think of some other ones. Oh, Death Reap Ritual, which is kind of more of a commander card, but it's 4 mana. And if something dies, a Morbid, which is a new Morbid card, which is pretty neat. If something died, at the beginning of each step, if something died, you draw a card. So
that's pretty sweet.
Yep.
Trying to remember what other new cards I was interested in.
There's one of the, I don't know if it's Marchesa's Emissary or somebody's Emissary, where they're hexproof and maybe First Strike or something like that. I can't remember, but
hexproof Dethrone.
Hexproof Dethrone, yeah, and that seems that could be pretty strong, especially if they get
for 4.
Yeah, they get a couple counters on it, or you put a sword on that thing.
That's what I was thinking.
Hexproof is just really strong, so I'd consider running it just from if it's playable stat-wise and all.
What about the, I don't know, I'm just starting to think of actual conspiracy cards. The Treasonous Ogre, the one Dethrone, you can pay 3 life to add red to your mana pool.
Now that could be good for Storm, obviously.
Yeah.
With 3 life, you have to be pretty careful with that, but you could definitely, it could give you that 1 or 2 mana bump you need just to go off 1 turn early if you had that window. So it's definitely something to think about.
Now, I definitely would run Marchesa, but it depends on if I want to start adding 3-color multicolor to my cube.
The shards. Of course, considering, the rumor is Khans of Tarkir. Yeah, Tarkir. That's it. They're saying that it's going to be the enemy wedges. I think what you refer to it as like the red, black, white, rug, bug, stuff like that. They're going to be, the set's going to revolve around those color combinations where, basically the opposite of shards of Alara. So with that coming out, there's got to be some sweet cards.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be hard to balance, but I guess it depends on how the colors are other than that in your cube as well, just the mono and the guild.
I don't have a lot of the shard cards. I think I've got Nico Boas Planeswalker for Grixis. Cruel Ultimatum is also Grixis. Sphinx the Still Wind is Esper. I'm pretty sure I've got a Bant card in there. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, I don't strictly like run 1 or 2 of each or anything like that. If it's worth playing, I'll throw it in there.
Yeah, I'll probably put it in. So, were you ever considering creating a conspiracy cube?
I figure I'll probably get a few more packs of it, before it kind of goes away. I don't know if I get to draft a whole nother box. But I think altogether, I've got about 40 packs I've opened. Besides like the actual big money cards, I probably wouldn't put them back in, but I wouldn't mind just sleeving up a couple hundred of the cards.
Yeah.
Just make packs, like have an uncommon stack and a common stack, and just shuffle them up. So.
Most of the value in conspiracy is just in the draft format. I mean, they stick a few good cards in there as well, but I always hate opening packs of it, even though I do it, just without drafting, because it's like, That card would be so fun to draft. I need to do it. So I think it'd be fun to just stick a bunch of the cards together. You know, get a bunch of conspiracies, get a bunch of constructs, just get set up a multi-player cube to draft. I think conspiracy is basically preset for that, and it's just different altogether with conspiracies and everything in it. So I think I'm going to test it out, see how it goes, and it'd be different definitely because I'd be running multiple copies of things. Like I'd probably run multiple Cogwork librarians, multiple the conspiracies, thing like that. I guess Lore Seeker would be an interesting thing to put in just a normal cube.
Yeah, I'll probably put one of those in as well. Just have an extra pack of cube, which I already got Booster Tutor, which is kind of the same thing. But basically, like you just get a card out of it for your match instead of like everybody gets to pick out a new pack. But that'd still be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you get the first pick out of it, so
yeah, basically get an extra first pick
perfectly. Might find a Soul Ring. Never know what can happen. So let's see. You pulled the foil Rhea, right?
Rhea Dawnbringer?
Yeah.
I believe a buddy of mine was wanting it for his EDH deck, so I don't know. I might make him suffer for a week or two before I trade it to him. He's got like a promo and he hates the art on, so it's not worth a ton. I think it's like $5 or $6. Excuse me.
Aren't there only 2 arts to it?
I believe so. Yeah, like the promo art, he just doesn't like at all. It's different from this art, so.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think we probably had, like I opened up a full tragic slip in just a random conspiracy pack I opened. But I had a playset of full tragic slips from back when they were in standard. So I don't really this, but we opened probably 5 or 6 other just random fulls.
Yeah, we pulled a lot of like common and uncommon foils. One was a smallpox. We got just a whole bunch of bad ones that were useless, basically. But I mean, well, we got the foil Lucio, so I'd say that makes up for it.
Yeah, that's pretty good pull for the foils as far as they go.
Yeah. Wouldn't have minded a foil DAC, but I mean.
Like I would have liked a foil DAC, but on it, I don't know what it is, but this route, I want it in foil so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I think Zimmet's actually making a full conspiracy cube. Like he wants every conspiracy card in full.
Yeah, he's asked me already for any of the foils that I pull. Mm-hmm. So I may send a few his way, but if I want to create a cube out of it too, I don't know. I might want to hang on to some of the foils I get.
Like I said, if it's not something that's going on a regular cube, I'm probably not gonna worry about it too much. Like especially some of the commons and uncommons that aren't like eternal playable. I definitely wouldn't mind just shipping some of those. But some of the new arts do look really good in full. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of foils, I went back home to see my dad like about a week or so ago, and one of the local shops there, like I'd been by there maybe twice before, and the guy's got zero idea what he has. Like he's just got binders and boxes behind the counter. He mostly sells comic books, but he has a ton of Magic cards. The problem is when I find what I want, he goes and looks up on TCG Player. So. Not wanting to like scum him completely, but getting a really good deal would be fine. But he looks everything up. He goes by like TCG low or mid, so it's not really bad. But like I went through, I said, "Do you have any foils? I need some for a cube I'm building, or making." So he just keeps handing me binders, literally 15 binders. Like it was a stack. I don't know, like let me see, yeah, probably that tall of binders I had to go through. They weren't all full, but they all had at least 5 or 6 pages in them.
Nice.
And I got. Like I did a video of all the stuff I picked up, but in addition to what he had, that I went over my limit of what I wanted to pay that day because he had a breeding pool, so that I had to get that. It was pretty good. Anyway, he had
that was one of my claim to fames as well. The foil what is it, Dissension breeding pools, and now you have it too, and the Mana Drain.
I do have Mana Drain now. Shout out to Marlis Lee for that because it is quite good. It's quite minty too, considering I think she said it was in her closet for like 10 years. Just in a box up there. So pretty good thing to find. But yeah, as far as like
finding one of those in my closet.
Oh, she showed me a picture. We were emailing back and forth working out the deal on that, and she sent me a picture of her 2 pages of her trade binder, and the Mana Drain was like the cheapest thing on there.
Nice.
So there's like unlimited power, Library of Alexandria, just stuff like that. So,
sweet.
But like I said, in those full binders, the stuff I couldn't get but I really wanted, he had a full Avacyn, he had a full Pack Ulamog, not from the vaults, but the Rise of Eldrazi one.
That's awesome.
Creeping Tar Pit was the hardest thing for me not to get, but he actually went over a TCG or over SCG on that. I asked him to quote on that one. He's like, yeah, it's like 50, and I was like, no. So, but yeah, I could spend a mint just getting fulls for my cube still. So. Yeah, what's your next big card you want to get for your cube?
I was trying to get a Mind Sculptor as I went back and forth with you a little bit. Still need to get a Liliana the Veil as well. I don't know, Roxboxing's been speculating on that being in the next core set, but I don't think so.
I don't know. Like I wouldn't doubt it, since we have Dark Garrick, in the set pretty much confirmed. I don't know how his playing ball is going to be, but since she's the one responsible for him being the Dark, I think it's a possibility.
I was looking at the Wizards updated their site, and I was looking through the little Planeswalkers thing they had on there, and it's like, since Liliana tainted Garruk with black magic or something. So it's like, okay, so I think that's pretty much a confirmation for having green-black Garruk now.
Actually, they're saying he might just be all black.
Really?
So,
but then they
well, have technically, Garrett Relentless is black-green as far as Commander goes. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, you're right. I think Liliana is definitely the black Planeswalker, so he might be multicolor. Like you said, he might just be green-black. So. Either way, I'm definitely going to want it. So.
Kind of interesting to see how they're messing with adding in the multicolor. Kind of throwing it off by adding another Planeswalker in there that doesn't fit with the traditional white, blue, black, red, green.
Well, that Nico Bell was like, what, 2 years ago? I guess it was in 13. Yeah, in 13.
At 13.
So,
true.
Now the big question is, there's Nissa, and
Nissa,
surely they're not going to reprint Nissa Ravane from Zendikar, because that card is
reprint Nissa's Chosen.
Oh god! Like I have a Nissa in my Edric deck, because if there's a deck that she'll ever be good in, that's it, because it's got like 30, 40 elves in it. But I don't run Nissa's Chosen in that thing. I mean, I just want it to be a decent playable Nissa.
Yeah, it'll definitely be different, I think. Either that or they're going to strongly bring back Elf Tribal, which I don't think is going to happen.
I've seen enough of the spoiler, like Elvish Mystics in the set, but I didn't see a lot of other elves, so I don't know.
They seem to have been going away from the whole elf type recently. It seemed like to me, I don't remember.
Theros, they didn't have any because they had satyrs.
Yeah.
Because not a strong Greek elf theme.
And then I think it was the last core set they didn't. I don't remember. They didn't have many elves or something. Or something was making me think that. Maybe it was Theros.
They had Elvish Mystic in M14. Not really. I think it might have been 1 or 2 other elves, but I mean sometimes there's 4 or 5. So,
did they have a green elf lord in M14?
I don't believe Archdruid was in that one. I think he was in M12. I know he's in M11, or back before that, because he's been printed like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Now they had a bunch of elves, obviously in Ravnica, like Deathrite Shaman, so and a few other fairly playable ones.
Yeah.
But besides the new Nissa, I'm hoping we'll get maybe Jace Bellerin instead of Memory Adept. Only maybe with
That'd
new
be
art this
interesting.
time. I like it with because they've been. It might have been Roxboxing was talking about the art on the little figurine box. Yeah, it's different, and nobody's ever seen it before. They're also using it on a playmat. So to have that art for Jace Bellerin would be pretty cool because I like it. It looks better than. I won't say it looks better than the original art because I like it, but having new art, I like having options, I guess.
Yeah. It'd be sweet to see Bellerin again. I mean, you think they'd go back? Well, I don't know. Would they go back to all the originals? Well, I mean, they're not going to have Garut, well, except in a different color. So it wouldn't really make sense for them to do that because they're going to have Nissa.
Yeah, they're going to have Nissa, and they're going to, well, I mean, the Chandra is going to be the newest Chandra, the Pyro Master. I'm like 99% sure about that one. Liliana, we don't know. I doubt it's Liliana Vess. It'll either be Dark Realms or of the Veil. Pretty sure Johnny's going to be Call of the Pride. So, other than that,
Yeah.
I doubt they go back to Goldmane like ever. They printed it like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, whereas, of course, I'd said that, and I just also said they might go back to Jace Bellerin, but there's been, they've had Memory Adept for, I think, 3 or 4 years. So it should be time to. They don't need to print another Jace. There's 4 of them.
They could. They always want more Jaces, right? How about this one has 5 abilities? Maybe they'll reprint Mind Sculptor.
We'll take the under on that bet. I don't believe that was could have happened, but that'd be funny. I actually opened up a full Jason Mind Sculptor the other day.
Oh, really?
It was on Vintage Masters, and it's only worth like 20 tickets, so I held on to it. But yeah, I've opened up like 0 power so far on there. But I opened up a full Jace, played 3 matches, total of 7 games. Didn't get to cast him in any game. So, yeah, I would. Besides, like from the vaults, I don't see them reprint the Mind Sculptor anytime soon, since they just added so many more copies of it in there.
No, they won't. They won't reprint it.
Have you thought about picking up a From the Vaults 20? It's got the Jason there, and it's got alternate art, Chroma's Vengeance,
Tangle Wire,
Thran Dynamo in full.
No, I don't think I'm ever going to pick one up.
Okay, because right now they're not much more than just the Jace. I think they're.
What are they running at?
I've seen them. Haven't looked in probably a month. They were like 140, 150. And like just the Jace is like 80 or 90. So, like I said, those numbers are about a month old. But
yeah. It was interesting how they brought back the slivers in the last core set. I'm just looking through trying to find the Lord in there, and I'm realizing there were a lot of sliver lords, so maybe that's what it was that I was thinking of for green. I think they were doing quite a bit with beasts, too.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I'm going to be not sad about is seeing Mutavault rotate out of standard.
Yeah.
Just going to make it like it's going to start shooting back up again, though, I think, just because it's going to be played in Modern for a while. And I think it's a really good cube card.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your favorite new conspiracy? Well, favorite conspiracy, I guess we don't have to say new.
Of the conspiracies, I was just looking through them a while ago. I kind of like the one that's Miss Brago's favorite. It's like spells with the chosen name you cast cost 1 less.
Yeah.
Just kind of getting you ahead of the curve. And if it's something, if you take it early enough, you can, in conspiracy, of course, you can take multiple of the same card. Like I took 3 Selvalas Charge. It's the parlay card where you flip, and for every non-land card, everybody flips. For every non-land card, you get that many elephants. Yeah. And so I had it only costing, I think it cost 5. I had it costing 4, or it's 6. I had it costing 5. Anyway, it was 1 less, and we're only playing 3 players, but like I got 2 elephants and 3 elephants, and everybody's drawing a card, so it was pretty good. But I like that one, just making stuff cost less.
The thing is, in Cube, your cube is singleton, correct?
Yeah, so it wouldn't go very well for that, but actually it might. I mean,
yeah, it could. I mean, make some kind of bomb cheaper. You know, make Soul Ring cost 0. Not that that's really even necessary.
Or you know, play like land, elf, untap, Jace.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Some kind of blue mana. Yeah, like that. Just Jace won't turn off with that mana dork. So
I think one of the best would be, what's the one we were just talking about? The one where you can cast a spell for any color mana.
Oh, unexpected potential.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that
Seems
one's
like you
really big.
Stick in any bomb you want from any color in a deck that it doesn't even make sense and just kill them with it.
Yeah, like I said, you could put play mono red and just splash. I don't know, whatever you want. Nicol Bolas, splash. I can't even think of anything. Just
Jason Mindsculptor.
Yeah, Jace, Liliana, anything. Just double black, mono red deck, doesn't matter. Cast it for 3. It's fine.
Yeah.
Or like I said, if
or
you
do
have
like
World Knit and just cast anything you want whenever you want. So.
Yeah. Be a fun one.
Have you heard about this Battle Box thing on like Channel Fireball's been pretty good? I think Ben Stark came up with it.
No.
You've heard anything about it at all?
Nope.
It's pretty interesting. Ben Stark being a very big limited guy, he loves playing like draft. He's one of the better limited players probably the last few years. But he figured that like X% of your games in limited are determined by unanswerable bombs and mana screw and flood, so not many caster spells. So he made a pretty balanced, the best like limited cards, mostly uncommons and commons, a few rares. But how you play your lands is you get one of each color basic and one of each guild gate, and you just get to play one every turn. Like you just have to like sequence them, I guess, how you need them. And I think that's how they said it works out. That way you just, and it's all bases around like how you play and tricks and just basically have an outplay the other person. Like the mana issues don't come up as much. I don't think it's better than, like, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much as Cube. Mostly because sometimes I need that advantage, like them not making their land drops or not building their mana base correctly and not building caster spells. I need that sometimes to win. But I don't know, it's something interesting. I don't know if you looked into it or not. It seems might be fun to do.
What was one of your most interesting conspiracy draft encounters, like either gameplay or in a draft?
Oh, it was very easy. I took Lurking Automaton like third, I think, second or third, thinking that one, there's a construct guy that you can cash him in for an entire pack. That's like one of the tricks you can do. Like I forgot what his name is, but like at any time you can like say I want through this whole pack and I'm done drafting this pack, and you draft each card at it one at a time. So my plan was to take a couple of automatons first or whatever, and then maybe get one of those early on, and just live the dream and open up my pack 3 and have a Lurking Automaton in there and like 2 or 3 playable cards, and just be like, I'm taking all these cards, I'm drafting this card last, so all my automatons going to be 15/15s for 4 mana.
That would not be bad.
Didn't happen. Actually got the guy.
Is it 4 or 5? 5 mana, isn't it?
It might be 5 mana, yeah. But like it didn't happen. One after I took that guy third, it came around and the guy in front of me took one like 6. Like he knew he couldn't pass it to me because I'd have 7 7s. Yes, he took one 6th and he just had to take it. And then I got the card that you cash in a pack, like probably halfway through pack 2. I was like, all right, now I've got a pack and a half to get there. No, didn't see another one the rest of the draft, like at all. So it was it died quite quickly.
It's unfortunate. I think one of the most interesting was my brother was running a Grudge Keeper deck, and he
I wanted to do that so much.
he had it so that he had 3 conspiracies with it, so they cost 1 less. They could tap for any color mana, and when you played one, it would search up the rest of them. So then he just searched for all of them, played them turn 1 and turn 2, and then would play a voting card, and then the vote's just in your favor, or they lose 6 life, and then but the thing is, everyone knew it was a threat, so they just kill him right away. So it didn't go so well.
Yeah, like I drafted 3 of those as well, but I didn't draft any other black cards, I guess. And I had a couple Will of the Council cards, but not like I said, not enough to make a difference. And knowing that would probably just kill them. So
Yeah.
that happened. That card does seem like a lot of fun. You're like, well, you can vote your way. We can vote my way and not lose life. So.
I know, I love that card.
Isn't it a zombie?
I don't remember. I can
remember
check
what
it out.
I keep looking through these. I just like a stack of commons and uncommons here. I've just been randomly shuffling through.
Yeah, Zombie Wizard.
See, now it's only Elf Wizard or Merfolk Wizard is better than Zombie Wizard, but it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. And then I told you my other brother played a WorldNet deck the second game and just won 2 out of 3 games because he also had, I think, 2 of Mutsuyo's preparations, and he pulled 3 of the, I think it's a 2/1 Vigilance.
Flyer?
Yeah, maybe he had 3 Mutsuyo's preparations, so it was like, is it a 2/1 flyer? I can't remember what it is. I need to find it.
There's one that's a 1/2 flyer, and then there's one that's maybe a 2/3. Can't remember.
It might have been the 1/2. Do you have it out there?
I was actually trying to go to the spoiler page. I can't find it right now.
I'm gonna find it. It's not the 3/2.
Oh, another card that I want to put in my cube just for the art is Provoke. Because it's got flip that guy, whatever. And he just got, yeah, he just looks so funny on that card. He's got like some kind of grease or garbage on him. He looks so pissed off.
I'm not sure if it actually is him or not.
I'm pretty sure it is. Like I said, I've got it here. I did see it.
Let me see. I'm looking it up here.
I mean, I don't know if it's not him. It looks an awful lot like him. So can't really tell.
I'll have to look up the other card in comparison.
Anyway, it's a one-eyed homunculus. So yeah.
We had a Giapinelli stopped by. I need to remember to check all the sources that were on here. He says he hates the new mothership setup. Yeah. And then we got a few people saying hi. He says he opened a foil time twister.
Oh, sick. I mean, time
Foil
twister's
power.
like it's not super broken,
Yeah.
but it's still so broken compared to regular cards. You know, it's draw 7s are something I like to do. So.
Yeah. Never bad to open foil power, right?
No, never. I think somebody passed. You know Kenji Numatanami? You heard of him? He streamed for like a year straight.
Oh,
He streams
yeah.
pretty much every day. He's got like a 1900 rating, which is just insane. But somebody passed him power in a draft. Like they were speculating, like the guy must have opened like the full Black Lotus, and then there's another piece of. But I don't even think that's possible because I think the full spot is the same thing as the spot that could be the power. So I have no idea what they would have took over a piece of power on a Magic Online. So
Do you know what piece it was?
I want to say opal, but I might be wrong on that. I really don't remember because I wasn't watching the stream. I just kind of heard it off Twitter and stuff.
Wouldn't mind seeing someone pass that to me. I mean, be fine with that.
Yeah, especially since it's you actually keep it. Like granted it's digital. You can't hold it, but it's like cube, but you keep the cards.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's one thing about my cube. If I ever get just a real pinch for money, I'm gonna have a live cube draft, and everybody can keep the cards, but it's gonna be like $400 to enter or something like that. So, I wonder how many takers I get on that.
Let's see. I'm finding the Fubblefoot arts. So
Yeah, there's 2 or 3. There's like Doorkeeper, Totally Lost. Yeah, there's that one.
And then I don't know.
Yeah. And then, but compare it to Doorkeeper, if you can find that one.
Okay.
Because he looks a little bit more
Let's see if we can.
angry on Doorkeeper, like he's actually doing something.
All right, here I'm just gonna. Doorkeeper. That's not Fubblefoot in that one though, is it?
It's supposed to be. Maybe not.
I don't think so. I think they're just different homunculi, right? They're definitely very cute. I'll give them that. Yeah, so here we have the Doorkeeper compared to Fubblefoot.
Looks pretty cool. Of course, like it's kind of hard to tell them apart.
I'm pretty sure that Fubblefoot is going to be a Planeswalker coming up pretty soon.
It's going to be a 2-mana Planeswalker with 1 loyalty that's still better than Tibble. So.
Yeah, there you go. I think he's going to be the new Jason Mind Sculptor, honestly. Can you see that?
I can't come up with anything good on that. I'm trying. I just can't. I was sitting there thinking about he could have like a +1 target player forgets to draw a card next turn or something like that.
That'd be a nice one.
Target player has to attack himself next turn.
I mean, he could always just control someone's next turn. Like, I don't know, that kind of makes sense. But that's Sorin, so.
Yep, that is a Sorin ability.
Pretty sure they're different people. Doorkeeper looks quite a bit like this one, actually.
Yeah. So I have to start tweeting at some of the different WotC employees, being like, "Hey, is this the same person? Who is this?"
No, I don't think it's the same person. But that would be quite the conspiracy. All right. Well, do you have anything else to talk about on the topic of conspiracy?
Not really. Except for if anybody got any sweet foils that they don't want to ship to Zenith, they can hit me up about them because I definitely want a full brainstorm at some point.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones aren't that in the full route. Basically, the full route's the one I really want. Full brainstorm's going to be like $50, $60. So.
Yeah. I've opened quite a few normal ones.
Oh yeah. I definitely got a playset of that art, which is good. I definitely like the art a lot.
I've opened quite a few Swords to Plowshares as well, but I haven't opened any Fact or Fiction.
Oh, I think I got 4 brainstorms out of the box, 3 Fact or Fiction, only 1 Swords to Plowshares.
We've gotten 3 Swords to Plowshares and 3 brainstorms, I think.
Oh, you're asking about possible stories from the draft. Like I was in a three-person pod. It was me, Jeremy, the guy that came on here before,
Mm-hmm.
um, and one of our friends, Joy, and she drafted kind of Grixis, but it's pretty much just blue-black control type stuff. And she got like all the Siphon Souls. If she had been in the four-player group, it would just been. But she's like, drain you off for
That would
two,
have been
gain
fun.
four. She cast two of them in one turn. So like, she drained us both for four and gained 8 life. And all of a sudden, we're just like, okay, well, if we can't swing at each other because we'll kill ourselves, and then she would have to be like at 30 life still. So yeah, I think she had 3 or 4 Siphon Souls in her deck.
Nice.
Definitely a good multiplayer card.
See, voting cards. There's that death or torture, right?
Tyrant's Choice, yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much always 4 to their face, unless they're just.
Yeah.
I guess if they had no creatures, they could vote for the death.
But isn't it if it's a tie they lose 4 life, or is it the other way?
Yeah, but like say if you're playing against 2 other people and they have no creatures, they're going to vote for the death. And you can vote
Yeah,
for
I was meaning in cube
Oh
specifically.
yeah, heads up. Heads up, like it's always going to be. It's pretty much always going to be 4 to their face. So
Yeah.
that's the tie outcome, and the other one that there was a bug on Magic Online with Council's Judgment, where like you cast it and you pick what you want to exile, but it wasn't revealing to them what you picked. So and I had a guy he was like, "What did you pick?" I'm like, I just didn't say anything. I was like, "Well, it didn't put it down here, so maybe that's how it works." And he picked the same thing I did, but like a couple of people just like didn't even ask. They're just like just randomly pick something. So I started like picking the 3rd best thing on the board because knowing they would pick what they think I would pick, and I was like double vindicating them. It was Swiss Q, and wasn't scumming them real bad, but it was pretty funny. Just because they were like blowing up 2 of their own things, which actually could happen in a real match if they just don't read the card. So.
Now, what about Bite of the Black Rose? I don't know. Probably anything voting in one-on-one isn't going to be too great because it's basically their choice.
Yeah,
it's either going to be. It's pretty much going to be the tie vote.
Yeah, they're like what I call like tribute cards. Like they're going to take what's best for them. So you have to just value the worst case scenario if it's still good enough for the mana, which I think that one probably is. I forget. I think it's creatures get -2/-2, and I forget what the other mode is. But it's creatures you don't control, I think. But it's probably playable in some formats anyway.
Let's see. We got Japanelli contributing a little bit more here. He says, going back to our discussion about the power and what Numa, the Nami, whatever his name is, getting past it. He says, yes, the foil spot is where the power would be. Open about 60 packs, no other power other than Time Twister.
I've opened up 0, about the same amount of packs. I've done like 2 sealeds and around 15 drafts. So right about 60 packs and a full Jace, that's great. And I've opened up like Tundra and Tropical Island and stuff like that, but no power. So kind of getting frustrated on the power front for Moto.
And then he says that guy on Provoke is not Fibblethip, and he spells it Pibbelthip. And he says, I hate how he doesn't have any vowels in his name. As an English teacher, I am going to donate letters to his name. So that was very considerate of him.
Yeah.
He's also talking about a giveaway on his channel coming up very soon. I guess I can give him a little shout out there.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I haven't got to check into it. I'm kind of interested, to be honest.
And he says if he hits 500 subscribers by the time I think it's his 25th, what's it called, in his series, he's going to give away.
Is it Ancestral Recall? Is that his series? Yeah.
He's going to be giving away the rarest creature of an extremely popular creature type. $100 card.
It's restricted too, I believe. Sliver Queen? That's possible. It's on the restricted list. It's pretty expensive. It's the rarest of the slivers, I'm pretty sure.
I'll
So
look it
that's
up.
my guess. It'd be cool. So I have to
100
check
going
that out.
by which site here? We're going TCG player.
Sure.
Let's check it
I don't know
out.
what there's no elves that are that much. There's
Sliver
no.
Queen. The mid is $40 on TCG player.
Okay.
High
Maybe
is
not that.
60. So maybe
Well, it's not an elf.
maybe it's Star
Merfolk.
City.
It could be a. Well, it's not.
Star City is 50.
I can't think what it would be. Unless it's a zombie that I'm not thinking of. I don't know. Can't think. I did. Oh, just kind of getting a little bit off. Oh, I got. I watched an old Evan Irwin video, the Magic Show, when he talks about Cube. It's from like last fall. I think it's almost a year old now. But he was going over like his top 10 Cube cards, not Power 9.
I remember that one.
And he's talking about like the most pent versions. And some of them I had, like at the time I had the Commander's Arsenal Sylvan Library. Well, I traded it towards a guy's cradle, so I don't have it anymore. I thought, oh, I'll just pick it back up. It's like, $40-50. Well, it's like 80 now or something like that. And there's a couple other cards on there. Like he lists the price, and I look them up, and they've like doubled since last year. And I'm like, well, that's just great. So just knocking the crap out of my camera. But like the one that like full upheaval was $8 at the time, and they were out of stock, of course. And now it's like the cheapest one I can find is like $25. So,
let's see, he says it isn't Sliver Queen, and I think we decided that, but says it's much rarer than that, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, I don't know.
Okay, definitely got my interest piqued. I have to check out that, check that out some more.
Yeah, and guess what? #1 best Cube card was on that video.
Oh, Soul Ring, not close.
Yeah.
I think Jace was number 2. So.
Was it?
Yeah, Jace was 2. I think Elspeth was like 5.
You mean
Library was on there. Jitte was on there. Recurring Nightmare, I think. Was Survival?
Survival wasn't it?
I think he just had Recurring Nightmare on there, not Survival, but he mentioned how they were both in the same set and they go well together.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know Sylvan Library was on there. Upheaval. Jitte. For some reason, I don't think Bounce is on there, which is kind of weird. Gosh, you think I could remember? There's just 10. I think I remember, but some really strong cards. And I think I have all of them now. Library of Alexandria was one of them. I did not have that.
Yeah.
So that was definitely one of them. That's still one I'm looking to get.
Let's see. I'm gonna check it out here. See what he has. Hold on a second. He's got number 10 is the Sylvan Library.
Yeah. Yeah, Zimmet, I don't know if he's posting on I don't have the chat window up, but he's been tweeting at me all the random stuff we're saying. So he was saying that Silver Queen he is on the Silver Queen is on the reserve list, which I was pretty sure it was.
And everyone who's listening right now, I need you to go and subscribe to Lanky Zimmet.
Yeah, he loves us.
Very open to new subscribers. Yeah, Recurring Nightmares number 9. Number 8 is Sword of Fire and Ice. 7 is Treachery. Is it Treachery? Yeah. 6 is Jitte.
Oh, Apex Hawks was the bird I think you were talking about on Conspiracy.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he had 3 Mutsuyo's preparations on there.
Okay.
So it came in as a 2-drop, like 4 or 5. I should not have passed those to him. It's a horrible thing. Like, I was trying to get all the stuff for I was building like an aggro deck, which shouldn't actually end up working. I had Sulfuric Vortex. I had a bunch of like I had the 2/1 first strike dethrone guys,
Yeah.
and I had some other aggro stuff, but aggro doesn't work as well in multiplayer, believe it or not.
No, you really got to draft it more like EDH almost, because your 2 and 3 drops, like you want to have a couple, but your 5 and 6 cost spells, if you can get powerful ones, it really helps you out more. Which hopefully I get to draft again soon. A buddy of mine, Brian, was saying he just got a box, so we might have to draft again soon. But definitely, you kind of got to play a bit more, like obviously more political, and worry more about your mid to late game.
I'm kind of interested in trying to play the defender deck next time, Vent Sentinels and.
That's what I wanted to do, man. I never saw one. Like everybody kept saying, "Oh, go for the Vent Sentinel deck; it's the best." And like I didn't even see one the entire draft. Like I think one person got 2, and 2 other people got 1. That was it. Like I even drafted the crappy one white 0/3, was it Pride Guardian or something like that?
Yeah.
Gains life and you block.
Blocks.
Like I even grabbed him. I grabbed the white Zendikon enchantment that makes something a defender.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's going, I was just grabbing those randomly just in case I got a Vent Sentinel. No, didn't say one. But yeah, that's definitely something. I wound up drafting basically white green little kid, like big dumb creatures with auras like Elephant God, and like I said, a Pristine Angel, and the route was pretty fun. I got to route at instant speed to wipe the board. So
nice.
Yeah. Of course, I had like 5 creatures out, but the Silent Arbiter was having none of that, so I was like, I gotta get rid of this thing.
Yeah, he has Elspeth Knight Errant as number 5. Back to list here. Yeah, Library of Alexandria number 4. Upheaval number 3. Yeah, it is Jace number 2.
Jace 2.
And then Soul Ring number 1.
Yeah, Sword of Fire and Ice was in there whenever you said that.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a pretty good list. It's kind of hard to argue with, to be honest. Like there's definitely some cards that could be on there, but everything on there is pretty deserving, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I never played Jace, so I can't really talk about that in Q.
Imagine untapping, like you activate him once. If you ever get to untap again with him, it feels so hard to lose that game. Like it's just so hard to lose that game. Like if you ever get to like start fate, like if you're so far ahead you can start fate sealing them, they should just scoop because it's over. The game has been over for a while. They just haven't figured it out yet. So did you ever play against him in standard or anything like that?
No.
Oh, it's just so like your opponent would play, but you just.
I mean,
like
I've seen some matches with them.
Oh, it's just like and it's not like quick. Like if somebody casts this spell that just killed you instantly, it's like, okay, we're going to sit here for a few more turns, but the game's over. But we're just going to sit here for a while. We're just going to stew in it. But yeah, that's how games that have him unchecked. It's just that's how it is.
It's like Lubufu pulling off like 4 of the miracle time.
Oh, the
thing.
temporal masteries in a row.
Yeah, I think the opponent just conceded.
Yeah, finally did that. That was one of the. I showed some of the people that video, and they're like, "That's crazy." It
was so good.
Incidentally, I just started watching Doctor Who recently. So.
Oh no.
So like Lubufu being the Time Lord that he was that match, I'm like, you know what, I think I need to watch Doctor Who. No, we got a subscription to Netflix for free for a month, and I'm like, I'll start watching this. I've already
how far are you? I don't want to
season
start
3.
talking about it.
Oh, season 3. Like they just had like the Shakespeare witch one, I guess it was. But yeah, it's pretty good.
I used to like it more than I do now. I like what they've been doing with it recently, but the newest season I think was the best.
Like I've heard Matt Smith is really good. I haven't got to his seasons yet. I've heard he's really good. I like David Tennant. To be honest, like when I saw Christopher Eccleston, when I saw he was only there for like, spoiler alert, anybody that hasn't watched it, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about it. But like I had to research like why he was only on it for a short time, and like there's a bunch of like really not shady stuff, but just really almost like backstabbing. Like he found out that he wasn't coming back, from his agent after they posted on a magazine article.
Hmm.
And like he turned like some buddies at my shop were telling me that like he had signed on for one season and they were going to see about the rest, and like that season took so long to film that he missed out on like casting for other parts, including Voldemort. Just random other huge parts that he missed out on because of that, and then they pretty much dumped him, you know. So, but anyway, I really like the show. That being said, I really like the show. It's really entertaining. If you haven't seen it, and you can handle early 2000 or 2005 special effects and they don't bother you, then you can watch it. Me being a big lover of the original Evil Dead movies from the 80s, that stuff doesn't bother me at all. So.
How about you just tell them to go back 50 years and just watch the original in black and white?
That's what I asked somebody originally. I was like, aren't there like a billion seasons of this? Like, I have to start like the beginning of something, but I can't watch that many seasons. They're like, well, don't do that. Just go to like when they started back in like in 05. Start there.
Plus, it would be painful to watch when it just got started.
Well, like the Daleks now are kind of comical, but they were probably supposed to be like terrifying back in the day. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But
anyway.
How did I get off on that? Oh yeah, Lubufu's Time Walk deck. Yeah.
Time Walk. Yeah.
So,
I loved watching that deck play though.
It is pretty fun.
We got Giapinelli again. He won a conspiracy draft game yesterday with a white-blue build, splashing red for Bassandra and Dax Duplicant.
Mm-hmm.
Key play was the Vow enchantment that gave my opponent's airship +2/+2 and vigilance. I love that card. He beat up both of my other opponents, and I allied with him to beat down with 3 copies of 4/5 Shoreline Raiders and 2 Pristine Angels. Nice.
2 Pristine Angels? That's nice.
That's interesting.
That card is pretty fun. I played with some in Cube on Moto before I opened it the other day, but having protection from all colors and artifacts while it's untapped is pretty good. Seems like a card I'd want to draft with Heliod.
Yeah.
Just give it vigilance. Beat down all day.
It's a pretty sweet card. Even if it is a mythic.
Yeah, it's a mythic in there. Obviously, it was a rare. I think it was first printed. But
yeah. Is it Dark Steel or is it 5th on it? It's one of the Mirrodin ones, right?
Yeah, I think it's 5th on it. I'm not sure. But I think they did that more for the limited
Dark
experience because they didn't want it to be,
right, exactly.
as much, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah. It would be ridiculous if it was, rare. You got 3 people pulling them.
Yeah. Be like playing Innistrad draft, and like every round I'd face somebody with like Bloodline Keeper. I'm like, yay, this is rare. It's great. Real fun card. Like when I got it, I was ecstatic. I was like, okay, you cast this, you just win the game pretty much if they don't kill it like the next turn.
Yeah. Conspiracy is definitely the whole multiplayer format is just totally different. Politics. I'm used to it from just like EDH games, but it's definitely so different for a limited environment.
Like I said, and like normally like. In Cube, I like drafting mono red. I like drafting white aggro because, like, just kill them as fast as you can. But like, you've got to deal 40 or 60 damage. You can't build this aggro deck. You're just gonna, get a couple quick hits in. They're gonna drop their 3/4s and their 4/5s. You're gonna sit there like, okay, I'm done playing Magic now.
There's another recently. Pulling it up here. My computer's being slow. And here we go.
I was trying to say a while ago if they'd got any new spoilers for M15.
That's it. Mirrored on here. Oh, there we go. Soul of New Phyrexia.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
Cost 6 trample. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And then exile it, do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous to me, especially with the fact that you could play it in any deck. I mean, any color, obviously.
What do you think about the new Obnixilus? Did you see it at
I
all?
must not have seen that.
Uh,
Where's
it's
that?
it's on like Myth Explorer. You click on New Explorers. It's like the third thing down. It's Obnixilus Unshackled. It's 4 black black for a 4/4 flying trampled demon. And this is actual text on the card. It says, whenever an opponent searches his or her library, that player sacrifices a creature and, not or, and loses 10 life.
What?
And
Okay.
whenever another creature dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on it.
I need to find this thing.
Yeah, just go to mythexplorer.com and newest spoilers, and there's a blue Sphinx on here. This is sick. Like it involves like playing stuff for free.
Yeah, I
And
see it here.
The art on Soul of Chandelar is just sick. I don't know if you've seen it. It's
Yeah, no, I
6/6
love the
with,
art on that one.
yeah. Now my big problem with the newest stuff is this Gisan the Wandering Bard or Wanderer Bard.
I must not
He's
have
a
seen that
human.
one either.
It's like the top one. It's the 2 green legendary creature, but it's a human rogue. I was like, what, you couldn't make it an elf? Just make it an elf. Yeah.
Can't do that.
No, because it's like a tutor, like so. I don't know.
Okay, here I'm looking up that one too.
And there's this white uncommon that it's 2 white. It's Warden of the Beyond. This could probably go in cube. I don't see how it couldn't. It's a 2 white 2/2 with vigilance, human wizard, and it says Warden of the Beyond gets +2/+2 as long as an opponent owns a card in exile. So, I mean, you're playing, Path, Swords to Plowshares, O-Ring, Detention Sphere, all these things, exile things. And
Vanishing Light.
all of a sudden you've got like a 4/4 vigilant guy for 3.
Yeah.
It's uncommon. So.
I've clearly been gone too much. I missed out on all the M15 spoilers.
Oh, all those came out yesterday.
Oh, really?
Missed out. Like they released like 20 yesterday, I think. So that Solo New for
I don't know how I
Exia,
missed
Solo
that big
Chandelar.
wave.
So. I'm interested to see the black one. I wonder if it's the Soul of Innistrad or.
Probably. That's what I'm thinking it'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? What else do they have available? That's kind of recent. Seems like they want to stick with that. Although it's interesting that they chose Chandelar.
Yeah. Of course. What else would you do for red? I mean, I guess you could. I'm trying to think of different planes. I don't know. Like the Soul of New Phyrexia, which is technically also mirrored and makes sense for it to be an artifact in colorless. Soul Ravnica being blue makes sense. I guess the only one we haven't seen is the black one. So.
Is it? Oh,
yeah, the green one's Zendikar, blue's Ravnica, red Chandelar. Oh, white. We haven't seen white.
Yeah, white. That's what I was thinking.
White, possibly Alara, I guess, because.
That's what I was thinking. Alara is a possibility.
Yeah. Don't know.
Do they have a list? I mean, what, like Kamigawa?
Yeah, it could be Kamigawa. You got. We should just ask Wedge. He needs to do his videos on this stuff. I'm overdue for another lore video.
Exactly. I know. I love those things.
But yeah,
well, these are all
good cards the last couple of days.
Innistrad, there's Zendikar, Chandelar. You want to do Arabia here? Arabia? And then...
Very nice, yeah. They reprinted Hornet Queen and Raise the Alarm.
Yeah. Ravnica, Mercadia, Lorwyn, Kamigawa, Soul of Dominaria.
Dominaria. You actually did a picture of, like, Ghost Venture or something.
I don't think he's the Soul of Dominaria.
Well, he's from Dominaria, isn't he?
Yeah, as are a lot of Planeswalkers.
True.
No, I don't think they'd do that.
No.
I mean, maybe Lorwyn,
Lorwyn. I was about to say Lorwyn because
Kamigawa, Alara, maybe Tarkir could be red if they feel like doing that.
that'd be interesting going forward to the
They did Chandelar. Maybe they're going to do that in the future.
Yeah.
Or they've got some other here that we haven't been to. Segovia, or maybe we have, I don't know. Gestal.
A lot of them though, they use like for the plane chase.
Plane chase,
yeah.
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
And then they're in stories too, like
Yeah.
lore stuff in the books and other things. Azoria?
Yeah, just looking at they reprinted Darksteel Citadel, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, and Shrapnel Blast, right?
Yeah, Wedge was going on about that, like why? I don't because why? And Bronze Sable, because Lord knows when they did that thing printed again.
Shrapnel Blast.
Yeah, Ornithopter, getting a new Ornithopter. Maybe they're bringing back Affinity.
Yeah, Japanelli is saying that he thinks the White Soul would be Alara.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
No, yeah, he says Dominaria has been run into the ground and isn't going to be on duels. Yeah, and they wouldn't do Dominaria anyway. It's too central, I feel like. I'm kind of wondering about these souls and how they fit into like storyline. Maybe it just has to do with duels or.
Yeah, that's the big thing about like the core set. It doesn't really have to go with the story.
Yeah.
Like it can, but
it seems kind of interesting. Like, why haven't we heard about these things yet? Oh, they didn't do a Soul of Theros, though, did they?
Well, Chandelar's been in something before. Like, wasn't that like the computer game? The name of the computer game back in the day? That originally, you could technically play Magic on was called Chandelar.
Yeah. They had Talrand was from Chandelar, right?
I don't know the lore on him. That sounds right. But I'm not.
I think the flavor text on them talked about Chandelar. Japanelli says, not that I don't think Dominaria is awesome, but I've written it off in terms of lore. So much has happened there that there isn't much to be gained from revisiting it. They might use it as part of Ground Zero for the Phyrexian Eldrazi conflict. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
I would like to see that, Phyrexian and Eldrazi face off. Unless the Phyrexians take over the Eldrazi, then that would be rather painful.
Elisnor being awesome as she is, I'm going to bet on Emrakul and I'm betting in that fight.
Yeah. Same here. I'm betting that the Eldrazi would annihilate the Phyrexians, literally, text-wise, and everything.
Emrakul's like, oh no, I'm just a 13-13 now. Whatever shall I do?
Yeah, exactly. Chandelar is a place where the micro prose game designed by Sid Meier happened. There was a plane chase card for it too. I think there were multiple plane chase cards, but I could be wrong. I think like the Fields, something Fields. Let me look it up here.
Fields?
What Fields?
Was there Light Mine Fields, or is that a different
No,
card?
it's one of the plane chase cards.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever played plane chase?
Like
twice. Way off of Cube here.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, we've played. I've played.
Laura and Wild.
EDH. I played EDH plane chase, and I played Cube plane chase. Like we're basically just drafted Cube decks and then just put the plane chase thing in the middle and roll the dice.
That sounds pretty sweet. I need to try that.
It was until we got stuck on a plane that was horrible. Everybody just like kept paying to roll, and I was like, oh no, let's get out of here. This is crazy.
And then you got Arch Enemy too, which can be fun.
Arch Enemy was really fun on Duels of the Planeswalkers, but I don't know how I'd like playing it like in person, I guess. It's a lot of the themes or whatever, like the cards that the Arch Enemy flips. Can be really, like, when it's a computer, like you expect it, I guess, but like when you get just live to it, feels oppressive, I guess. I don't know. It could be fun, though. So, oh, if you know anybody that wants Geist of St. Traff, I picked up some more of those.
Uh-oh.
And I traded a bunch of dragons for a dual deck demonic tutor. Just like I went to a PTQ. I told you about that earlier, and just it was horrible. It was modern PTQ, and I drew horribly and played pretty bad. But I only made like one. Only got to make one trade. The guy had a demonic tutor I wanted, the dual deck one, and he said, "Do you have any full dragons?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm sure I do." And I found like 5, and they're all worth like $4 or $5. So like, here, do this. So I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely looking to move some stuff pretty soon to pick up some more sweet fulls for the cube.
Yeah, you've got quite a few already. You keep picking them up.
I do, and I think oh man, I must be getting close. And I look at my numbers like, oh, I'm like 35%. That's great.
35%. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Mine's probably like 2%.
Yeah, but like I was looking at like the cards that I know I don't have in full, like Show and Tell and like Sneak Attack that I just picked up in regular, and I'm like, well, if I ever pull out the cube, I got to get them again. And that's just gonna suck. But and about that.
Did you count FTV 20 Jace?
That's what I've got in my cube. I mean, I count it, I guess. I've got a regular one. I've got 2 regular ones that I have like in EDH decks and Legacy, in case I ever want to put together a Legacy deck. And I've got the From the Vault one that just stays in my cube. So I kind of count it, even though I don't think I'll ever get like a World Wake one since they've went up so much. I had a chance to get one for like $250 2 years ago, but just didn't want to put that much in it. So kind of missed the boat.
Okay, Merfolk Magic, Zakil asked, not sure if I already asked, but what is the thing you are most looking forward to in M15? I honestly haven't had enough time to pour over the spoilers, but I think Soul of New Phyrexia looks pretty sweet.
I want to see.
I want to
see how the Planeswalkers work out. Like I want to see the Nissa, I want to see the Garruk, I want to see if Jason and Liana are new, old, whatever. So the 4 pretty much Planeswalkers, yeah. Well, or new, old Jason, not memory
new old Jace.
Yeah, it could be Bellerin. That's fine.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Zakil, man, I feel for you. I don't know if you saw his mother, I think, sold a bunch of his Jordan like jerseys and stuff in a yard sale for like $5. And I was just like, gosh, don't ever leave your cube at the house. You will come back and it will be gone. It's like, we can't have that.
But he actually has a foil Jace.
Yes, he
like
does.
everything else.
Oh, that's still one of the sickest things I've seen is that Mutavault he got. The full art.
The full art.
If I ever get a chance, there's one of the guys at my local shop that he used to actually, he's won a couple of SCGs back 2 or 3 years ago. His name's Adam Kai, but he's got some of the sickest decks I've ever seen, like legacy decks. They're like full Russian and just ridiculous things. His trade binder makes me want to be sick, actually, like actually vomit. So.
That sounds unfortunate. And
yeah, if I ever get a chance, I'll do a deck tech on some of his stuff that he's got. But it reminds you of like Zakil doing his pimp pickup videos. It's like, oh, I've just got this lying over here, and here's this full art Mutavault. But yeah, I definitely Zakil. Please don't leave your cube at home. Your mom will sell it, and then I'll
carry it with you at all times.
Or if you're going to, let me know. I'll find out. I'll come over.
Yeah. I'll be right over there. You know, I'll pick it up for $10.
Fair price. Fair price. But,
maybe I'll get a 12 for it. We'll have to see.
I don't think I've ever showed this before, but I got this as a throw-in the other day. Can you see what that is?
Abu Jafar. There you go, Zema.
Yeah. I was like, do you want that? He's like, no. I'm like, cool. I'll take it. I know somebody that collects these. So, are you
Nice.
enjoying not having to be in school right now?
Well, as much as I'm not in school, I still have enough summer work
You,
to keep me busy.
yeah, you're doing stuff and you're busy, but like it's not the same as having
Yeah,
to go to
it's
school.
it's nice, and
It's
plus my
different.
brothers are home right now, so we got plenty of game time, and we've been doing
Yeah.
conspiracy drafts. My brother actually today was helping me work on a cube update. We were working together on it, and I'm trying to work in
Mhm.
some storm to appease you there, and I think it'd be fun.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh, yeah.
Did you get it up on CubeTutor, or are you just working down the
No, I
paper editor
just
first?
just got through white. We were starting multicolor, so we're
Cool.
gonna work on it some more throughout the week. Um, but yeah, I'm also doing some video stuff, different things. I got a thing for my church I need to do, and let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's some other work I need to do that I'm forgetting about too. But lots of summer work for AP classes and just things like that. So trying to get in as much game time as I can while I
Yeah.
can.
As long as you're getting in your extra magic when you can, I guess that's good.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
oh, did you get a chance to see Milo? Milo drafted his cube on CubeTutor. I gave
Oh,
him a
did
hard
he? I
time.
didn't
Yeah,
see that.
it's been like in the past week, I guess, when he put it up.
Did he pass every sword and soaring?
No, he opens up. He takes like a couple mana dorks. Like he had like I think Noble Hierarch and some other mana producer. And then he took like Thran Dynamo. And then he comes to a pick and Upheaval's in the pack. And he passes it.
With
And I
three
about had a,
dynamo?
and I about had a freaking heart attack. I'm like, ugh. And like he still built a really good deck, for what it was. Um,
Yeah.
but like,
He knows
I
what he's
mentioned it to
doing.
him. He's like, yeah, you're probably right. I don't even think I saw it in there. I was like, no, thou shalt not pass Upheaval.
Thou shalt
Okay,
not pass upheaval. Yeah.
no, that's seriously like Littlefoot doesn't pass swords. I don't pass Upheaval. The only times I've ever passed it, a guy goes float 7 mana Upheaval. And I'm just like, scoop phase,
Yes.
time to go.
The best. I know. It's great.
Of course, I mentioned pimp decks, and what do you think Zimmet does?
Oh, what do you do? Show you a picture of
He sent me a picture. My phone won't show up. He sent me a picture of like all signed power and it's a vintage deck basically. Or is that a vintage deck, or is that just cube? I think it's just his cube stuff. It's a bunch of signed power and beta. Looks like.
So if
So
you're
yeah,
interested in seeing Sign Power or Beta, go check out Zemet. Or if you just want to annoy him and go subscribe to him.
yep,
I love it.
and send him many PMs, many. He
Yeah,
answers them.
as many as you can.
No, I hate I missed out on GP Chicago. Did you see the video of all the YouTubers in the same
Yeah,
room?
I actually have it right here.
Yeah, it was. I would have loved to have been there. That'd been great, but it was not the time for me to up and just go to Chicago. But it looks
Yeah.
like they had a good time. Like they're like infinite conspiracy, like original Ravnica drafts. They're saying so they feel like they had a really good time.
Yeah, that would be awesome. If we could just get a whole, everyone from YouTube get together. I mean, not
That
everyone,
was
but
that was pretty close. I mean, that was like I think 5 or 6, quote unquote big YouTubers in the same hotel room for a while. They were drafting all weekend, so
yeah,
it
that'd
was
be awesome.
pretty good. I'm still, if I ever get around, I want to go, but if I ever make it up to where Darium's is at, I'm gonna stop in there. I'm never going
Oh,
to
that'd be
Alaska,
awesome.
but if I do, I'm taking some boxes and some beverages, and I'm gonna go party with my quacks. So
Go to Alaska,
and,
sure.
and I'm just gonna show up one day and knock on Milo and Catherine's door and be like, "I'm sleeping on the couch. We'll
What up?
draft later." So yeah, I'm gonna be the guy on the couch like all the random YouTube people. I'm just gonna knock on the doors and just show up. So
Sure. And Milo's now officially changed his name to the Cube channel, hasn't he?
he has.
Something like that.
I wanted to get some flack about that, but
Competition.
I thought it was pretty cool anyway. So
He can take it. He can take it.
yeah, I know. Um,
If I really felt like it, I'd just name mine the best Cube channel. So
or the official Twitter
the
approved
official
Cube channel. Yeah.
I
This
don't
is
have a Twitter
me.
page.
Is me? Oh, well, yeah, there you go. You got it. You got the Twitter page.
No, his cube's way better than mine. And he's been working on this high quality production here with this cube draft. I know coming up. I'm looking forward to seeing that sometime.
Yeah, I've got a little info on that. It's very. I'm big excited to see the video when he releases it. So. So.
The thing is, I'd love to do that sometime because I have access to all the equipment and people who are taking film classes and everything. It's just, I don't know that I want to take the time to do that. I don't know if I could find all the best Magic players for it. And, I mean, I'd have to pay people too. And as a poor high school student, I can't really say I could do that. Unless just sell my cube and then draft nothing.
Well, it's like Jeremy, everybody was on here at that time. He's like, he knows a lot of the audio video stuff. He does that actually a lot of it for his job. He's offered to do the new intro for my channel since I'm pretty much tired of mine by now. I've changed up little things on it, but it just kind of gets old. And I don't have the software to do it. So I could get maybe him and actually get a camera instead of using my iPhone because it runs out of space so quickly. And I'd like to, do like a Milo type draft, video some of the draft and some of the gameplay. That's what I'm hoping to do that sometime this year.
That'd be sweet. I thought about hiring some film students to do a conspiracy draft sometime, filming, but we'll see if I actually end up doing that or not.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't have a problem getting players, I don't think, especially, if I could plan it out ahead of time. It's just, I think, the filming part would be kind of tough. So.
Well,
I actually filmed my part of the draft, or that conspiracy draft I had. I ran out of space with like 4 or 5 picks left to go, but I've got like 12 minutes of video. Like I was just stopping in between picks. This is like me holding my hand out here and like going through the cards. You can hear random chatter in the background. Like
I've done that with my drafts before, my cube drafts, I think. But I mean, that's just something simple. You show picks. I was horrible at drafting too, so everyone was like, "Why did you pass that?" I don't think I passed Soul Ring. I think you got on me. Did I pass Soul Ring? I think I might have.
I thought you passed a sword.
People, I think. I don't think I passed a sword.
No, surely you didn't pass Soul Ring. Who would pass Soul Ring?
I think I didn't pass Soul Ring. I mean, that was right when I started Cube, and I did not understand.
Like, that's like, power, like TSG. He's got a powered cube, and who was it? You listen to any of the podcasts, like Heavy Meta or Brainstorm Brew or any of those, or the A-Team, any of that stuff?
I think I've listened to one of them before, but not much.
Okay, so is Maddie or Kevy from Heavy Meta was talking to TSG, like they were sitting there like on Skype doing a Moto Cube draft. It's the powered cube, and the pack opens up, and there's like Mox Ruby and some other really good cards, and the type of deck they like to play, one of the best cards was in there. I forget what it was, but TSG goes, "You take the Mox." He goes, but he goes, "No, you take the Mox, and when you get the Mox draw, you'll understand why." It's like you open it up and you go this, and you just crush them. So, and the same thing with Soul Ring. Like if you have your opening hand, you have Soul Ring, you are playing a different form of Magic from your opponent, and it just feels so good for you, and they feel so sad. So
yes,
it's just you can try and tell somebody that you take Soul Ring over Jace, you take Soul Ring over their ex favorite card, and they don't get it until they get it played on them, or they get to play it.
Yes. Speak the truth. Yeah. Anyway, I think we should probably wrap it up pretty quick.
Yeah, I just looked at the time. I was like, we've been going a while. I'm in full ramble mode, so I need to go play some Moto, I guess.
We've been all over the place. Let's see. We talked about Doctor Who now. We were talking about M15 spoilers when we were talking about just keeping this to conspiracy. Talked about different creature types. Japanelli's contest he has coming up here. Subscribing to Lengthy Zemet, definitely do that.
Definitely subscribe to Lengthy Zemet.
Anyway, sounds awesome. Both our cubes are making quite the getting quite the additions to them. You and your foil things, and the Mana Drain and the Chaos Orb, and what have you.
I got that Crater Hoof. I think I'm gonna. A couple people have expressed interest, and one person I'm probably gonna trade it to them because they've been pretty nice to me in the past. So, but yeah, I've been pretty lucky on some pickups lately. Still need a few things, but
yeah. And Conspiracy added a few things like DAC, and I don't think you had a Stifle before, did you? Or you had one in EDH?
I did not. I opened one. No, I had a misdirection. I've never had a Stifle. I
okay.
pick them up, they'd spike. I'm like, I'll wait till they go back down. But yeah, but we'll have to do this again sometime a little sooner in between. But I know you've been busy, and I've had some weird.
It's been a while since we've actually done one.
Well, there wasn't really anything to do for a while. Journey came out, and we're like, yeah, and then there wasn't anything since then. So
we usually end up going, way off topic anyway. So
true.
It's not just about Cube here. I guess we just get into anything MTG or anything nerd.
Yeah.
Or geek related.
Yeah, we'll plan to get a little bit better. I'll get an outline for next time. We'll try and keep the tangents to a Lubifu minimum.
Yeah. Well, that's quite a lot of tangents there.
I didn't say I was going to completely get rid of them, so just got to cut back a little bit.
Yeah, and if there's anything you guys want to see in the CNN coming up, just comment or leave something on Google Plus. Just let me know. We're all about letting you guys see what you want to see, and we need more topics of discussion anyway.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, and if anybody wants to me to post that video of my conspiracy draft, I will, but it's like 12 minutes.
I do.
Okay, I guess I'll post it then. It'll give me a video to put up, but all right then. But yeah, anything
I
I
want to see you
before
try to get your guys who get bigger in the last pick and not actually pull it off.
It didn't happen, but spoiler alert, it didn't happen. But yeah, you get to see my frustration. Whenever time I hear somebody say, I'm drafting this fifth, and they're like 2 seats down from me, I'm like, damn it. Could have had a 7-7.
Exactly. All right, well, see you guys next time.
See you.